We are preparing students for tests, but we're not preparing them for life. How many of you have some form of education, whether that's high school or college or postgraduate? Okay, keep those hands raised if you feel that education supported you and prepared you for the real world. Sad but true. Before we begin, let me tell you about my grandfather. My grandfather was a Cuban immigrant. He came here to the United States from Cuba when he was 18 years old. He left his entire family back in Cuba. He's one of 12 siblings and left his parents. He came alone on the ships because he was a merchant seaman, an able bodied seaman, so he had learned a trade. And in that trade, he traveled all over the world about 8 times. He knew about 6 different languages. He was physically strong. He had emotional intelligence. He could fix anything. He was a critical thinker. He could solve any problem. He had courage. He had charisma, he had resilience. He came to this country not knowing anybody, and he trusted his decisions because he bought land in Long Island that would later be the land that would build the home for his family. And my mother still lives in that home to this day. He made good decisions and he trusted his decisions. I thought my grandfather was brilliant. And the reason why I tell you about my grandfather is because he did not have a formal education. It's funny because as a child, I would ask my grandfather, Grandpa, did you go to school? And he would say, Mija, I passed a high school. The joke was on me because I didn't learn until later in life. What he meant was that he would walk past high school every day to go to work. See, the reason why I'm telling you this is because my grandfather didn't have any formal education, but he was more intelligent and had more common sense than most graduates. He had real life skills. Students spend 12 to 16 years in the education system. They're learning formulas, memorizing facts, and taking standardized tests. But no one's teaching them how to manage their money, how to manage their time, or how to manage their stress. Our education system is built on a success formula that is based on grades. Except life doesn't give you a bell curve. No, life expects more from you. It has different questions like, how are you going to recover from failure? How are you going to live in the unknown and uncertainty? How are you going to fail and recover and get back up? How are you going to build relationships? How are you going to lead yourself? How are you going to lead others? How are you going to critically think and solve problems? That's what life expects from us. That's what life teaches us, except the education system doesn't prepare us for those skill sets. The education system is outdated. It was created in the industrial era when workers were expected to sit in rows, listen to authority, and not question authority. They were just taught to follow instructions. That world doesn't exist anymore. We live in a world that requires flexibility, emotional intelligence, creativity, critical thinking, problem solving. And we're not prepared. Students are not prepared to live in that world. You see, we have to stop teaching students what to think and start helping them solve problems and teaching them how to think. Because sadly, a graduate student can graduate with honors and still feel completely unprepared for the real world. So what needs to change? We need to start teaching real life skills like financial literacy, critical thinking, how to communicate, self-awareness, thinking independently. We need to start teaching students how to fail and how to get back up, because education shouldn't just fill minds. It should build humans. And if we really want to succeed with the next generation, then we need to stop asking, how were your grades? And start asking, are you prepared for life? Thank you.